Hello everyone, welcome back to the SangBupBe channel. Thank you so much for being here, for watching, subscribing, hitting like, and leaving your thoughts under every video. I read all your comments, truly, every single one. The kind words keep me going on the long nights, and the thoughtful suggestions help me improve step by step. I'm grateful for this community because you make the art feel alive. I also want to speak openly about feedback. I appreciate both praise and criticism, and I take in as much as I can, but I can't follow every request, especially when ideas conflict with each other or with my own artistic direction. I try to listen to the majority, to what will help the channel grow, and to the core of my own vision. So please keep commenting, tell me what you think, what you love, and even what you'd change. Your voice matters here, and respectful conversation helps me get better. Before we dive into the making process, let me set something straight. I created Aurelia Virelai from inspiration, not imitation. A while ago, I rewatched a movie where a flamboyant character appears in a dramatic orange butterfly dress, filmed The Hunger Game. That single visual, bold, theatrical, unforgettable, sparked a fire in me. But Aurelia is not that character. She is independent, a one-of-a-kind peacock queen with her own world, her own palette, and her own story. There is no orange in Aurelia, and there are no butterfly wings. Instead, I chose a palette that feels like dusk meeting deep water, lake teal blue, soft pink, and lavender violet. Rather than delicate flutter, I built regal presence, plumage, symmetry with intentional asymmetry, and a crown that reads like a constellation of feathers and light. There's also a playful nod in her styling to a certain heart-shaped coiffure from a Wonderland queen, but only as a wink, Aurelia stands on her own. I began with rough sketches to decide how the teal, pink, and violet would balance. Teal grounds her in quiet depth, pink adds warmth and softness, violet carries the mystical edge. I spent days testing fabrics under different light. Morning light can drain lavender, while evening light makes teal bloom. I rejected anything that dulled her presence. I began with rough sketches to decide how the teal, pink, and violet would balance. Teal grounds her in quiet depth, pink adds warmth and softness, violet carries the mystical edge. I spent days testing fabrics under different light. Morning light can drain lavender, while evening light makes teal bloom. I rejected anything that dulled her presence. I used mesh fabric to make the basic skirt, and used hair ties to make the skirt to create the fluffiness. I don't know how to sew, but the things I used I felt were suitable, and I combined them together to create the skirt to my liking. Her face-up was the most delicate part. I used soft gradients to mirror the fabric palette, cooler tones near the eyes, warmer blush to bridge into the pinks, and a controlled highlight on the lips so they glow without overpowering the teal. The brows are slightly arched for regal serenity, not severity. Seals are applied between pastel layers to protect the finish. In the end, Aurelia looks exactly like the queen I had in mind, bold, iridescent, and utterly herself. Your support genuinely helps. If you enjoy this kind of craftsmanship and storytelling, please like, comment, and share. Your engagement helps the channel get recommended to new viewers, and it truly keeps this little studio alive. Tell me what you notice about Aurelia, her colors, her crown, the mood you feel when you see her. And if there's a style or character energy you'd love me to explore, leave it below. I read everything. Thank you for believing in handcraft. Thank you for embracing original interpretation over imitation. And thank you for being the kind of audience that values detail, patience, and heart. And now, let's move into her tale, shall we? Now we will begin the story of Aurelia Virelai, the Peacock Queen of Iridescence. The kingdom of iridescence. Far beyond the mortal lands, hidden behind veils of mist and mirrors of still water, lies a realm where colors are not mere sights, but living entities, whispering, breathing, and shaping the very souls of its people. This was the kingdom of iridescence, a place where the ruling law was not written in stone or ink, but in hue and shimmer. Here, no one wore plain cloth, every citizen's garments were woven with threads that captured the mood of their heart. Sadness dulled a gown into gray, joy set it aflame with gold, and rage could stain the air itself crimson. Within this kaleidoscopic kingdom stands a single city of unmatched grandeur, Calavel, the capital of festivals and spectacles. The beating heart of Calabel's celebrations was Aurelia Virelai, the royal mistress of festivals. With eyes like green fire and laughter that could scatter the darkest clouds, she designed parades that wound through the streets like rivers of silk, where dancers wore plumes of every bird known to the skies. She was loved, admired, but also whispered about. For while others honorable tradition, Aurelia was known to bend it until it nearly broke. 2. The Festival of 1,000 Wings. It was during the Festival of 1,000 Wings, the grandest event of the year, that Aurelia's fate shifted forever. That year, she had chosen butterflies as the theme. Courtiers wore wings as delicate as frost, masks of shimmering scales, and trails of silk that caught the sun like liquid gold. Aurelia herself entered the procession draped in the finest of monarch plumes, her gown rippling with 1,000 colors. Yet, even amid the beauty, she felt incomplete. A strange dissonance hummed in her chest. The butterflies were graceful, yes, but fragile, creatures of a season, fading when the first cold breath of autumn touched their wings. Aurelia wanted something enduring, something that commanded rather than confess for admiration. 3. The Forbidden Grove. That night, restless and unable to sleep, Aurelia wandered beyond the palace gardens. She followed the sound of water until she found herself at the threshold of a grove no one spoke of aloud, the Chromatic Hollow. It was said the colors there were too wild to be tamed, too ancient to be worn by mortal hands. The moment she stepped inside, the air shifted. The leaves did not rustle, they sang. Every petal glowed faintly, and the ground shimmered like oil on water. In the heart of the grove stood a single peacock, its feathers heavy with midnight blues, molten gold, and impossible shades between. The bird did not flee. Instead, it approached her slowly, each step ringing like chimes. Its eyes were not avian, but ancient, aware. You seek permanence, the peacock's voice seemed to echo inside her mind. You crave a crown not given, but taken. Will you bear the weight of true splendor? Aurelia did not hesitate. Yes. 4. The Trial of Feathers. The peacock spread its tail, and the world dissolved. Aurelia found herself in a realm of shifting skies and endless staircases, each feather from the bird becoming a path she had to walk. On the first path, the path of radiance, she faced illusions of her own beauty twisted into vanity. To wear true splendor, a voice warned, you must resist being devoured by your reflection. She passed only when she stripped herself bare of all jewels, walking forward unadorned. On the second path, the path of shadows, she was surrounded by whispers of envy, hands clawing to drag her down. A crown will draw not only admiration, but hunger from those who wish to take it. She passed when she embraced the shadows and danced with them, turning her foes into allies. The final path, the path of flight, was the most dangerous. A storm raged, and she was told she could only survive by trusting wings she did not yet have. Closing her eyes, she leapt into the void, and in that moment, wings unfurled from her back, each plume a blade of light and color. The Peacock Queen. When she awoke, she was back in the grove, but the peacock was gone. In its place lay a crown unlike any other, woven from living feathers that shimmered with every hue, studded with emeralds that pulsed like heartbeats. She returned to Calabel not as the mistress of festivals, but as its ruler. No one questioned the change. The moment they saw her, they knew. Her gown clashed rose pink with deep teal, lilac with emerald, yet the discord became harmony under her command. Her reign was unlike any before. Festivals no longer simply celebrated the changing seasons, they became declarations of defiance against the predictable. Citizens began wearing colors they had once been warned against, creating symphonies of clashing beauty. 6. The Legend of Aurelia. Legends say that under Aurelia's rule, the kingdom's colors grew so vivid they could be seen from other realms. Travelers from distant lands spoke of a queen who could stop wars with a single gaze, whose laughter could ignite lanterns, and whose wrath could turn an enemy's armor to ash. Yet she remained unpredictable. Sometimes she vanished for weeks, returning with new plumes woven into her gown. Some say she still visits the Chromatic Hollow, speaking with the ancient peacock, or perhaps, becoming it. Collectors whisper that a fragment of her essence can be captured, in a single crafted form, made by hands that understand the law of color and the courage of rebellion. Those lucky enough to possess such a form say the doll's eyes follow you, not to haunt, but to remind you, true beauty is not perfection. It is the courage to be seen exactly as you are.